Welcome back again to TOPE Education. We are still here. We are still discussing on the topic how blindness affects learning in students. And I'm here with Mr. TOPE Ayeni, who has been telling us how technology can help our students to learn in school. And when he was talking the other time, he talked about how he was able to teach a child, and that student, being a blind student, is able to move on, to be able to learn in school. And that school is a general school, it's actually not a special school. And that will take me to my next question, that that child in that school attends a general school where teachers are taking her. How do you think that teachers could help to teach any blind students in their class?
Yeah, it's a very simple one. When you've discovered that this child is having struggling with sight loss, what you just have to do is you have to take that kind of child into consideration whenever you are teaching. Number one, because sometimes the level at which a blind person can judge is different from the way normal person could judge, because our code are not let me say it's lengthy than the normal alphabet that we write. However, again, whenever a teacher is writing on the board or what have you, especially when it comes to diagram, you have to take a special attention to explain how that diagram is. Some people, whenever they are teaching, say, "Can you see? Can you see? What are you seeing?" You have a blind person in the class, you are saying, "Can you see?" The child cannot see. You have to learn. Okay, this is a diagram that says so, 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 and so, and so, and so. Let me digress a little. What technology these days has even helped. Whenever you are reading any soft copy books, there's what they call, even on the internet now, there's what they call alternative text. In that diagram, you have to explain that a man sitting on a chair with a background of so and so behind. I'm using this chair I'm sitting on as an example. So the internet will explain how that diagram is, and these things are done because of people who are visually impaired. Facebook example does that too. One man sitting on a chair, either outside or inside, will tell you if it's outside, if the person is smiling. A man standing standing outdoor smiling, he will tell you the color of the cloth the person is wearing. With that, alternative text has done his job by explaining that this is a man, he's standing outside, he's smiling. So these are ways teachers can help to help a child that is visually impaired.
Mr. Tope, like when you go to some offices, restaurants, and some places, you find out that the arrangement of such environment give room for easy mobility for people like the disabled, like maybe people on wheelchair. Do you think that a classroom setting could add or help any visually impaired students?
Yes, it can help, and the other way around. So let's talk about disability in all totality. Thank God for Lagos State, because there's a disability law that was passed in 2006, I think, during the era of Ashola. Disability law, in that disability law, a lot of things, and one of the major things that was said is accessibility. Our road network is not that open. Check, most of our bridges are not, but thank God things are getting better. people on the wheelchair can use the bridge. Most banks then, there were no ramps for people on the wheelchair. So back to your question, can classroom arrangement or environment
help any?
yes, it can help, and the other way might not help. I know of a guy who is having a new problem. Most of the time, whenever he is in the university, I think University of Lagos, most of the time the classes are at the upper floor. It's kind of difficult because people even want to assist her. You let me know the time. She will need to class. Sometimes she might fall off from the wheelchair when she's trying to find her way. So it can, for example, like this lady I've mentioned, like this person I've mentioned, falling all the time, having bruises, injury all the time, it can even discourage this person from attending classes. We now discover that the GP or the grade of that person is reducing gradually. The person will now say, okay, because of education, would I want to die? No! It's better the person stay at home because you know the class is upstairs. There is no lift. There is no ramp for that person to locate the class. The other way around, yes, it can help. Because when you know that, oh, with ease, I can easily locate my class, enter the class without people or little assistance, I can easily get into the class. The person will be very happy to attend class. So, in a classroom setting, one thing I've come to discover, whenever I'm in a new place as a blind person, I will only ask you, for example, if I'm in your house for the first time, I will only beg you to show me around. If I'm passing the net or staying there. Show me around where the sitting room, where the dining table is, where the toilets are located. With this, I can move around myself without calling for help all the time. So that's it.
That's the Nigerian system of education. We know that we sit for different examinations, like the JAM, like common entrances, and we also have students that are visually impaired sitting for this kind of examination. I also ask, what is your own opinion about the level of how would I say, how prepared or how is it the examination you sit for as a blind person? Is it easy for a blind person to easily sit for this examination? Are there provisions made by the authority for these people to be able to write this exam easily?
Well, Nigeria is part of the country that signed the treaty by the United Nations for accessibility, but the challenge is it's not that accurate. There's an organization called WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. They are part of the treaties signed under the United Nations. They are in charge of making books accessible. Yes, there are guidelines for examinations for people who have physically challenged and blind in particular. But the books for the exam, is it accessible? No, the majority are not accessible. I studied engineering and computer science as a sighted person, not as a blind person. But in Nigeria, I think people are studying engineering. Yes, I know of a guy in Jos who graduated as a computer scientist. But if you ask him, the guy has to pass through thin and fat, narrow way. because most of the material that are produced are not accessible. 2016, I ventured into some professional examinations in which there are a lot of discrimination had to do with engineering and what I do. I was told not to join because you are blind. I've never seen any blind person in that class. I was asked to go and do journalism, presentation. These are places they've seen. Like, I stood on my ground and I actually registered for it because this is what I want to do. As I then I paid for some other things. If people are not admitting me into this department, sending back my money. That was when I allowed me. To the glory of God, I'm the first blind person who has passed through that class. So back to the question again. Braille is a general thing that has been admitted into our educational curriculum. But the challenge is we might not get the Braille paper the day of the examination. Government have made provision for it, but because of negligence from our people, when they forget it at the center, they will not bring it in. They may say, oh, because you are a blind person, go and get your paper yourself, typewriter paper. You might need to bring it from home yourself. Although government said they made provision for it, but they made provision for it for reality seats. Let's talk about JAM. Okay, JAM. In JAM now, there's what they call CBT, computer-based exam test, whereby you can use the computer as a sighted person. But for a blind person, JAM hasn't made a provision for that for now. JAM still resorts to this old method, whereby they will need to bring somebody that will be the question to you. You answer it to the person might help you to write, or you type it with the typewriter yourself. WAEC still use that kind of method now. The paper might be Braille, but to write the answer, it might not be in Braille, you have to type. Common entrance still allows that. The question might be Braille, but you might use typewriter. You cannot write Braille. So, this method, these laws are there, but they are not followed to the letter.
So, but do you have any suggested advice? I mean, the solution? Do you think? Is there anything do you think they can make? Do you think they can achieve? Is there anything you think the government can do to improve on this lapses?
Yes. I'll still remind us about what I said about technology. Technology rules the world. It bridges the gap between the blind and the sighted. Because if I send you a mail now, will computer tell you this is sent by a blind person? No. So in technology, there is no limitation, there is no discrimination. So government can jump on this. Let's use our CBT test. Let that be a screen reader on the computer. The screen reader will read whatever you have on the screen to read it back to you, and you can follow suit to answer your question yourself. So these are ways white people are using to help or making life easy for their students who are visually